Hey, it's your friend Steve. I'm back. I know you're like, oh, wait a minute. I already heard my episode today. What's happening? What's going on? Well, everyone's been a good boy and a good girl or good whatever you are, and your friend Steve thinks, why not? Let's have another episode. Double episode day. Honestly, it's because I filmed the other one on Tuesday. Spoiler alert, a little peek behind the curtains. I did it. I lied to you. It was already there. I recorded it Tuesday. But, so I was like, you know what? Get a little free time. I said, let me record another podcast for the people. Because I'm here for you. I'm here to listen. Well, actually, you're here to listen. I'm here to talk. And, doing it from a bed now. Officially went from completely lazy on my couch to fuck it, I'm not even gonna get out of bed. I'm just gonna talk into this little microphone in my bed. But so how are we? Are we all nice and comfy? We can begin the show now. So it's like Easter, huh? Easter's coming up. I'm not a religious person. I don't have anything against religious people. I actually get being religious. Like, you want the comfort of knowing, like, especially death. Like, someone dies, you're like, well, I mean, the alternative is what? They're in the ground. Or you burn them. That's also weird, burning somebody. But I think that's how I want to go. So, like, if my grandkids are listening to this, burn your grandfather. Burn me alive. No, not alive. After I'm dead, burn me. Keep me intact and burn free while I'm alive, if possible. Unless my grandkids are murderers, I don't know. Maybe I did something fucked up to them. They're like, oh, fuck granddaddy. He's always like saying weird shit, and he's always going on and on and on about nonsense, and listen to his podcasts. I'm sure all my friends are like, oh god, if he posts one more time about, come on and listen to my podcast. I don't know. Maybe it's just my personality, but I think I'm constantly annoying people. I honestly don't think anybody likes me. And I mean, like, that's not like a cry for you to be like, oh man, everyone loves you. You're funny. You're kind. I'm not fishing. But I do like when I caught. I don't know. I'm officially a crazy person. I have officially gone off the deep end. But yeah. So I get being religious. I mean, for me personally, I just like being a good person. I don't need, like, to go to, Disneyland when I die. I just enjoy, being nice to people and doing my best to be a good person. Just my little goals. I mean, I don't need, a guy in the sky to be watching me all the time. Yeah, Jesus watches us do some weird shit. You think like Jesus watches us all the time. Or God, Jesus, whoever. Or whoever your God is. I mean, I don't know who is the Jewish, is God's Jewish people believe in God. And then, I won't say the other ones, because I think you're not allowed to mention the other religions, gods, or they, go jihad on you. Well, if you're drinking the canceled game, I got you early. It's under 4 minutes. Take a shot. Take a drink. Take a sip of your drink, because I'm pretty sure religion. So first episode was Nazis, second one was pedophiles, and I'm going right into religion. I am hot. It's hot topics here, constantly hot, right out of the oven. And all of my opinions are borderline crazy people. Crazy person ideas. I'm just a homeless man on the street shouting. That's all I am. Just a normal dude who. You need to be creative. You need to keep your brain going. Your brain needs to be simulated, So, just talking to myself. Anyway, so religious people, I get it. Good for you. I would like to hope there is a God, so I'm one of those people. It's like, I hope when I die, I'm definitely not going to heaven. I mean, you've listened to most of these podcasts, or any of these podcasts, yeah. I'm not going. Unless God's like really, God has a fucked up sense of humor. I mean, he does some like really crazy shit. But then again, I think God just like, set it and forget it. I mean, he created us and he was like, oh, God, I got tea time. I gotta go play some golf or something, or do whatever God would do. I don't know what God does. He seems to be laying around a lot on clouds. I mean, clouds do look very comfortable, by the way. But anyway, so I understand it. I mean, I like to think my personal belief is there is a God or something. I do also believe in aliens, though. Jesus. Aliens are real. But anyway, that's another episode. This is focusing on religion. Or not. I mean, actually, I don't plan these out. And I clearly don't know what I'm saying because a few of my friends, love you all. You guys are amazing. Thank you for listening and subscribing. I would have, YouTube channel, by the way. Steven Eichenhofer. You can find me there. Oh, spoiler, if that's my last name, Eichenhofer. You're like, oh shit, he's a German this whole time? Yeah. Gonna make it in Hollywood. Germans, I mean, the people that run Hollywood, ooh boy. Canceled again. Double shot. But yeah, they'll probably be cool with a German person. I mean, they had to not forget about it, but I mean, I had nothing to do with it. Wow, back to Nazis again. I'm really double dipping today. But well, yeah, when I was like actually that's a fucked up story. When I was in I think like 3rd, 4th grade, we were all like, the teacher was like, "Oh, we're gonna like talk about people's heritage," and they were like, "Billy, what's your last name?" He's like, "My name's Billy Williams." She's like, "Williams, that's English or something," or she was going through like everyone, and then she's like, "What's your name, Steven? What's your last name?" My name's Eichenhofer. She's like, "Eichenhofer, that's German." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am, it is." And I was like, "Yes, golly, yeah, ma'am, it is." And then she's like, "Oh, well, and then I said, "Yeah, my grandfather fought in World War II." And she goes, "Oh, on what side?" And I'm like, "What? What do you mean, what side?" And what? She's like, "What was he on?" Then she's like, pretty much just called my grandfather a Nazi. And then I was like, now that I think about it, I mean, I was devastated. Like, I went home crying. And I was like, "Daddy, Mommy, Daddy, is Grandpa a Nazi?" And like, looking back on it, my grandfather was kind of like a dick. And like, not even a little dick, like a straight up dick. Like, we would always watch the History Channel. Who, by the way, people that run the History Channel have like the biggest hard on for Hitler. They're like, "Hitler got a haircut in 1941, blah 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 blah," and like, "Here's what Hitler had for breakfast." Like, they fucking love Hitler there. They can't get enough of him. They're like, "Hitler this, Hitler that." Like, geez. And then aliens, random alien show. But anyway, he was a little bit of a dick. He was a German dude who was like nice to me a little bit. Like, I have to go run like his horse bets to OTB. Shout out to OTB. Back in Brooklyn. Where Brooklyn at? It's actually the same place. It's Brooklyn still where it's at. But yeah, I'd run there. He'd be in the bar, and I'd run, and he'd pay me in Shirley Temples. And boy, did Daddy like Shirley Temples. Sorry, I'll never refer to myself as Daddy again. Unless you're into it. I mean, whatever. Whatever floats your boat. I don't give a shit. Do you, boo. But, yeah, so my grandfather would, pay me in Shirley Temples. And, like, the bartender would be like, "Oh, here's your Shirley Temple." And I was like, "Thank you, miss. Thank you, ma'am. I sure do like Shirley Temples." And she's like, "Aren't you adorable?" And then I like hit 13 and I get like fat. And she's like, let that compliment like went away. Like, you're cute. It was like, "Hey, you have a nice personality." I was like, "Thanks, ma'am." I was like, "Thanks, ma'am." I don't have a deep voice. I don't know. I don't like my voice. But anyway, so my grandfather, to clarify, was not a Nazi. I do make a lot of my grandfather was a Nazi joke. Actually, I like girls on Tinder or, whatever those dating sites, one of the dating sites. I don't want to shout out Tinder unless they want to sponsor the show, which is cool with me. You can sponsor away, baby. I'll take all the money. I'll be a dirty little whore for you. McDonald's? Come on, McDonald's. Give me some money. I just want a little money. No, it doesn't have to be a lot of money. I'm waiting for Spotify money. Just give me like a quarter of what you gave Joe Rogan. You can have all my thoughts. I mean, I'll be like, "Spotify's the best. Spotify. Come on down to Spotify." But, I'm really rambling today. I'm more than normal. But, that was awkward. So anyway, Shirley Temples, and then so the teacher was like, pretty much like, hey, you're German. Was your grandfather a Nazi? And like, now I think about it, I'm like, would I ever admit that my grandfather was a Nazi or even bring it up? I don't think like I would bring that shit up. Pretty sure that would be the family secret. I would, don't go in the attic. You'll find granddaddy's, helmet and fucking Nazi, memorabilia. I guess it's memorabilia, whatever. But, yeah, so I was really upset about it. Now I joke about my grandfather being Nazi all the time. It's weird. It's weird what like gets you upset as a kid. Like, I mean, now that shit don't bother me because I know. I mean, but back then I didn't know. I mean, all I knew was my grandfather was old, firefighter for like 30 years, and a tough son of a bitch. That dude was hella tough. I am a pussy, but he was hella tough, and he would often make fun of me, like straight to my face. Like he was not a kind man. I mean, not. He was a little bit of a dick. Like we'd watch World War II, we'd watch the History Channel, and I'd be like, "Oh, granddaddy." I never called him granddaddy. That's weird. I don't even remember what I called him. I don't. Me and him had a weird relationship, but like my mom would drop me off because she needed a fucking break from this. I mean, this is now. Back then, I was way more annoying. Because I'm annoying now, but back then was way worse. Because no one's gonna punch a kid in the face. I mean, maybe. I mean, I guess kids do get beat up by their parents all the time. But my parents were my parents hit me like maybe 3 times in my life, and honestly, I deserved all of it. I was kind of an asshole. I still am. But anyway, you're still listening to this, and you deserve some cookies or something. I'm sorry, I got nothing to offer you. So we'd watch the History Channel, and I'd be like, "Granddaddy, what was World War II like?" And he would turn to me with a beer in his hand and go, You wouldn't have made it. You would have been a boater." And I was like, "What the fuck? What the hell?" He's like, "Yeah, we put you in the front, and then you get off, and you'd be the first dead." I'm like, "Good Lord!" I was like 9. I was like 8 or 9. I'm like, "What the hell?" I was like, "I don't want to go back there." And they're like, "Oh, well, you're gonna go visit your granddaddy." No, I'm good. I'll play alone in my room. I won't leave that spot. Yeah, he was a kind of a dick. Tough son of a bitch, though. I mean, he was a firefighter. He was in the Navy when he was like 15 or 16. Like, he had to get away from his parents and his, siblings. He did not like anybody. I don't think he liked anybody. He liked my grandma. I never met her. She was, dead before I was born, but everyone says she was very nice. But, yeah, I only got stuck with the dick. Sorry, Grandpa. R.I.P. I don't know where you're at, but I'm sure you're in peace, I guess. I don't know. Where do we go when we die? But I'm not starting that. That's too much. I don't want to go to heaven. Jesus. Back to that. I mean, let me get back to this original thing. Yeah, I don't want to go to heaven. I mean, I feel like conversations with Jesus would be weird. Because, I mean, I would, like, go up there and be with my family. I like a day or 2 in heaven would be cool. I don't want to go to hell either, don't get me wrong. Fuck, no. I don't want to burn. But, especially when I'm alive. But burning sounds awful. It sounds like hell's like Florida on a hot day. When every day in Florida is hot. And, yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, like you can't complain anything to Jesus. I mean, you'll be like talking to your like parents or all your family members. That'd be nice to see a lot of them again. Not my grandfather. He'd probably still be a dick. Or he'd be like, "Well, Steven, sorry I was a dick to you while you were alive. When I was alive, well, I guess I was alive as well. But sorry I was being a dick to you. But then I was going to apologize, and I heard you shit on me on a podcast, which I'm not sure what that is, because I died in 2001. But you shit on me on the internet? I don't know what that is either. I wasn't very cultured. But, yeah, he's probably not going to be a fan of this. My grandfather, even if my grandfather was alive and knew how to download a podcast, he wouldn't do it. The dude, like, he paid me $10. I was 8 to mow his yard, and my mom's like, no, your my son's not mowing your yard. Like, he's 8 years old. Like, no. And he complained. I'm pretty sure that was like his last words were like, that little fat piece of shit owes me a yard mowing. No, but then my dad did it, so my dad was sweet. I got the free $10. Hell yeah. Thanks, Grandpappy. You fucking German piece of shit. I shouldn't say that. I love my grandfather. He was just a hard man to love. I think my grandmother dying, like, he was like already like something of a hermit and like barely liked people. And then she died, and he was just like, fuck it. Who cares? Fuck it. But anyway, yeah, this is a tough son of a bitch. Like, firefighter for like 30 years. And I think he was like 73 or 74 when he died. But like the dude like fell one day. Like he was like every morning, get up, drink his beer, go to the bar, place his bet, win a lot. I wish I got any of his luck. Like the dude would just like win all the time. But yeah. So he falls, right? And then he goes to the doctor, the hospital, like doesn't call anybody, just like calls a car service and goes to the hospital, doesn't call his family. Find out he's in the hospital like from a friend of my father's. And then 3 days later, dead. They were like, dude, we did an x-ray. You have like stage 3 or 4 lung cancer and emphysema. Like, how are you alive? And he was just like, it does hurt a little on my side. And dude was like dead 3 days later. I was like, what? How do you... Dude was walking, talking, like never complained about anything. I have like a hangnail. I'm like, my nail, it hurts. He really was part of the greatest generation. Like, I mean, they killed Hitler. I mean, they beat Hitler. Like, Hitler was like... back to Hitler, sorry. Always back to Hitler. But anyway, so... Oh yeah, my grandfather's also going to be mad that I make constant Nazi jokes about him. Like, constantly making jokes. And, like, girls on Tinder are like, oh, you're German? And I'd be like, oh, no, actually, my grandfather was Argentinian. He was from Argentina. Wow, I can't say that. Argentina, which is a Nazi joke, but no one ever gets it. They're like, well, you're kind of pale to be from South America. I'm like, okay. Oh, boy. One day someone will get that joke. It might, actually, to be fair, it might be a terrible joke. And I'm just, like, so committed to the bit that I have to find it funny. But, so, yeah, tough son of a bitch. Very, and win. He used to win all the time. And then, like, I would just place the bets. Like, I'd be like, here. And, like, the girl at OTB is like, you're adorable. I'm like, I'm hanging out with my granddaddy. And she's like, you're adorable. And then I turned 13. You have a great personality. No, thanks. Anyway, by the way, if you've never seen me as a child, I was cute as fuck. Like, I could have been a model. I'm surprised I wasn't molested. I mean... I must have had, like, creepers, like, all the time. Like, damn, look at that kid. Because I was adorable. I was cute as fuck. But, yeah, talking about being molested. Okay. This podcast is going... Oh, okay. So, speaking of complaining. Yeah, back to that. Like, so you go to heaven, right? And, like, eventually you're going to complain about... So, you're, like, in heaven, right? And, so, I mean, eventually, like, 3 days, 4 days, you'll eventually run out of stuff to talk about, and then you'll start complaining, and you'll be like, oh, man, I don't miss traffic, I don't miss this, and, I used to get hangnails and all that. And I feel like if Jesus is, like, walking by, and he's like, oh, you don't have hangnails, huh, you know what happened to me on earth? You know what I don't miss? Being fucking crucified. Like, the dude had it rough down here. Like if Jesus was real, well, drink again and canceled. I guess religious people are gonna be mad, but yeah, like his life story is rough. Like, like his dad is God, but he doesn't know it. Then he finds it out, and then he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go around and teach people the ways of God. I'm gonna teach them how to be good people." And what did we do? Not me personally. I had nothing to do with it. They crucified him. They killed the dude. And you know what we do on Easter Sunday every year to remember his death? We hide eggs for kids and give them chocolate. I had no idea that the shit doesn't make any sense, but I feel like everyone's done that bit already. Like, go and look at Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks killed it. They did a great job. But I love Bill Hicks. I wish Bill Hicks was alive. That dude was fucking genius. I would love for him to be doing, like, new stuff today. Because, I mean, this whole fucking COVID thing, this is killing me. I mean, I hope everyone, like, honestly, I hope everyone's doing well with this mental health. Because I mean, I was doing, like, really good in the beginning. I was like, oh, this is great. I have, like, a built-in excuse. I don't want to do anything. Oh, I'd come hang out. COVID, though. Ugh. Damn. Shoots. I would love to hang out, but COVID, guess I'm just going to go to work and then come home and nap. And I was, like, hiking every day. I was, like, walking, like, 6-7 miles, losing weight. And then, like, 4 months in, I'm like, well, this isn't over yet. How is this not over yet? Will this end? Ever? It's a lot like my podcast. Will this end? I'm sure you're like, will this end ever? We'll get back to normal eventually. I mean, I'll never be normal. But, I mean, eventually, I hope we get back to normal. But, yeah, this is just, I was, like, killing it. Losing weight, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, oh, not drinking. Oh, like 3 months of not drinking was fantastic for me. I was like, oh my God, I'm healthy. Oh, Jesus. And then I was like, oh, one day I was like, I need a drink. Like, I had a rough day at work. I was like, I gotta go drinking. I have to have a drink. Got drunk. And then, like, 3-4 days later, got COVID. I got COVID. And then nearly died for like 3 days. But then I was fine. I mean, luckily, praise whoever's out there. Had it. And then, yeah, it was not fun. It was awful. Highly do not recommend it. Get your vaccines. Because it's bad. But, yeah, luckily, knock on wood, didn't die, which is always a plus. But, yeah, I was, like, killing it. And then, yeah, now I'm, like, back to, like, I don't know, my mental health is, like, wishy-washy. Like, depression. I used to have, like, really bad depression, especially when my dad died. I had horrible depression. Didn't want to get out of bed, didn't want to do anything, didn't want to talk to people. And then, I mean, I still deal with it. Like, I mean, everyone has mental issues. Not mental, like, not, like, I'm not, like, cuckoo. I'm a cuckoo birds, but I'm not, like, bad cuckoo birds. And I feel bad for those people because it's like, that's something you can't fix. I mean, it's something you have to manage. It's not fixable. And it's just your brain. I mean, you're wired different. But everyone has bad days. I mean, life is a drag sometimes. Life has a lot of great moments, and you really do have to cherish life because nothing's promised. I mean, tomorrow could be over. It could be over tomorrow. Not to be like, you're listening to this for comedy. I don't know why. First of all, I don't know why you're listening to this, but you're listening to this to be, maybe a few laughs. Maybe like, hey, I'm like crazy, but this guy I'm listening to is real crazy. But like, yeah, mental, like, it's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, we're all fucked up. I don't know who isn't fucked up. Everyone has issues, It's all life. Life is struggle, and then it's happiness. It's just a mixed bag. But it's weird because this friend of a friend, right? This girl I know is she's like, you're hilarious. Can you do me a favor? And this guy I know, I won't say his name, she's like, he's been really depressed lately, and I think he just like, attempted suicide. And I was like, oh Jesus. She's like, do you mind going and talking to him? And I'm like, what? What? I was like, I don't know the dude. I was like, I'm real sad that he tried to like end his life. And I was like, oh God, I can't say no to people. I was like, all right, whatever, I'll go. And like, I'm talking to the dude, and he's like telling me about his life. And he's like younger than me, more successful, better looking, has a hot ass fiance, has a good job. I'm like, I'm depressed. Like, talking to you makes me depressed. Like, what the hell? That's when I realized it's all your brain. Like, you could be the happiest go lucky guy. Like Robin Williams, the dude killed himself. I'm sorry to, the genie from Aladdin killed himself, and I brought it up, but like, dude, the dude was like so happy go lucky, and then you're like, your whole life, you're going through your life, and then, you get news like attack. I was like, what? Robin Williams killed himself? What the hell? I was like, Mrs. Doubtfire? Oh, God, that was depressing news. I mean, dude, anybody killing themselves is like, it's so, but it's like people blame themselves, and you don't know. I mean, people, it's not like people are like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm thinking about killing myself. You want to say anything? Like, people, you don't know people's struggles. Like, people are like, oh, I'm mad. Why did he kill himself? Like, he could have talked to me. Like, dude, you can't be mad at people because you don't know what the hell's going on. And I mean, most people, I don't know if there's like, I shouldn't be talking about this because I have absolutely no idea. But I'm just saying, you can't be mad at them. Like, that's their choice. It's a shitty choice, and I'm sorry. I'm not to shame them, but it's sad that people don't know that people love them. I mean, the people, even if they know they love you, there's no, I don't know, it's just a mental thing. I really should not be, I don't know, but it's tough. It's tough. Like, you just don't know. And a dude I know, semi-know, killed himself last week, and ever since then I've been like thinking about it. I didn't know the guy that well. He was a friend of a friend, not the same dude I talked to, by the way. That guy's doing fine. He's doing all right. I check on him once in a while. But this other dude, and I was like, oh man, it is a shame that they don't know how their death affects people. Because I've been thinking about the dude ever since, and it's real sad. You're loved. I love you. If you're listening to this, I love you. If you subscribe to my YouTube page, I love you even more. I love you even if you don't listen to this. But then, how do you know I love you? You haven't listened. You don't hear me right now. I love you. I love you. And honestly, if you're feeling depressed or, messed up, don't be ashamed. Go talk to someone. There are people that will listen. My best friend is a therapist. Guess what? He's probably going to write a book about me because honestly, I'm a fucked up dude. And he listens to me all the time. And he's a very good friend. He's my best friend. I've known him since I was 8. Shout out, Jason. Love you. He listens to the podcast. I don't think he listens, but, shh. Great dude. Gonna write a book about me one day. My crazy friend, but honestly, seriously, it will get better. You just need to, where are you going? Like, you're gonna, like, that's the thing death is scary. You don't know where you're going. No one knows. But what if there's nothingness? The nothingness, you don't feel any more pain. I've talked about a lot of uncomfortable situations, but I think suicide is the most, because part of me is like, I don't understand it, and then part of me, I get it. You're in pain, you want it to end. I understand. By the way, don't have to check on me. I'm not going to kill myself. I think I don't want to kill myself because, first off, I don't know how to write a letter. Like, I don't want the letter to be weak. I don't want to be like people at my funeral, like, oh my god, Stephen killed himself. But that letter, ooh, it was not good. It was not. The grammar was off, and he spelled some words wrong. And then, like, my funeral turns into a roast. And then I'm like, well, I guess I'd be looking up. I was going to say looking down. I'd be looking up and being like, oh man, you're right. I did spell that. Shit. Fuck. I knew I should have spell checked that. Sorry, I'm making jokes about suicide. I have a fucked up sense of humor. I do apologize. Suicide is very depressing. I make jokes about everything, though. Like, when my grandfather died, me and my dad were making jokes. Because I don't deal well with death. Death scares me. I'm scared of death. But, you know, it's part of life, sadly. We can't live forever. Unless you're in the future and you've uploaded your body, your mind into a robot, and you are living forever, then, you know, good on you. You're killing it right now. I mean, not killing it. I mean, you're succeeding at life. But this is a really rambling episode. But this is my mind. Like, I was talking to my buddy today, and he's like, well, you should be a little more organized. Dude, my brain this is my brain. Like, I'm recording this, but, like, literally these thoughts are in my brain all the time. Like, all my brain is, like, literally always. I'm like the crazy person that, like, I, like, think of something funny and I'll laugh. And then someone will just look at me like, what the hell? And I'll just pretend like I have headphones on and be like, oh, this podcast is crazy. By the way, your friend Steve, the podcast, you subscribe on YouTube and listen to it on SoundCloud. And the person's like, what? What? Who are you? What are you talking about? You know. But anyway, so yeah. It's weird. Death is weird. Like, I just, like, tomorrow. It could be over tomorrow. Who knows? This is a depressing episode. You're like, oh, damn, why did I get a bonus episode and he just talked about suicide, death, and Jesus complaining in heaven? You know, you're just listening to me, man. I do appreciate you listening. But new topic. Let's talk about something fun. Easter. Let's celebrate Jesus. It's not Jesus' birthday. His birthday is lit. Like, we're all hanging out. Christmas trees, don't get that, but I mean, we're all hanging out. Celebrating Jesus' birthday. Not really his birthday. His birthday was in July-ish, I think. It was like in the summer. But, you know, we celebrate in the middle of winter. But, you know, I mean, it's beautiful. Like, you get a tree. You see your family. You have a good dinner. You have good times. Laugh. Great songs. God, I want to write one Christmas song. You write one Christmas song, you're set for life. That shit plays. There's like 8 of them total. And that plays all the time. They have 8 songs. 8 songs of Christmas. That's it. I've never heard more than 8. And then you get royalties. Like, that's the dream. But then again, I think about it like one-hit wonders. Like, so you're a one-hit wonder. And you go on the stage and you're like Baha Men, and you knock out Who Let the Dogs Out, and then what? Then people go, oh, well, that was about 6 minutes. I think we could beat traffic. Because I don't know any other songs by the Baha Men. I mean, Who Let the Dogs Out, great song. Really gets the people going. Shout out to all the people that love Who Let the Dogs Out. If I make this to, let's say, 1,000, I'm going to do a live podcast. We're going to take over a bar, and I'm going to find the Baha Men, and they're going to play Who Let the Dogs Out. And we're going to party, because you deserve it. I deserve it, you deserve it. And that'll be it. That's going to be 1,000 episodes. Let's make the deal. I'm not gonna make it to 1,000 episodes. I'm barely at 3 right now. This is the third, fourth. I'm talking to myself, but don't worry. So I'm gonna wrap it up. We're at about 40 minutes. Nope, 35. I'm gonna wrap it up. This is your bonus. Do me a favor if you like it. Go to YouTube, Steven Eichenhofer, EICHE. Wait, what? Did I just have a stroke? I just tried to spell my last name. Oh, by the way, when I was a kid and I tried to spell my last name, totally failed. Multiple times. Could not figure out how to do it. Like, my last name is horrible. As you could see, I could barely do it. So it's EICHENHOFER. And like and subscribe. Check out the videos on YouTube, SoundCloud. Tell a friend. That'd be cool. And let's toast of the week. Toast of the week to Jesus. Jesus, sorry about your death. If you were ever alive, sorry about it. Not that you're alive, but yeah, sorry that Earth didn't go that well for you. Then you came back 3 days later. Why would you come back? Like, it didn't go well the first time. Jeez. Just call it a day. Go to heaven. Maybe heaven's not that great. Wow, hot topic right at the end. But anyway, toast of the week to Jesus. And my grandfather. You know what? R.I.P. Charles. Miss you. Now, I guess I kind of miss you. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. I love you. Your friend Steve. Check me out on Instagram. In Steveogram. Very, very funny. Alright, bye. Peace and love. Check on your friends. And you know what? Toast of the week to your friends. Send a text. Go give them a call. Love all you people. This is your friend Steve. Goodbye. I still don't know how to end these. It's just gonna be over. If you made it. Bye.